Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing a video where another makeup video where I'm going to show you my what I look like with makeup on. So I'm gonna do my makeup, and I'll let you know this video. Leave me some questions in this video in the comments, because I'm gonna do a Q&A for hopefully my next video. Yeah, so let's begin. Right, so I'm going to try and talk you through what I normally do. So the first thing I do is put a tiny bit of moisturiser on, rub it in my hands, and by the way I might make a load of weird faces in this, but it's fine. So I just quickly rub this all over my face. So, you know, this is going to be like the after part when it's done, but that's fine. So I do that. I've got a tissue here, and there's some wipes in case it goes wrong. Right, so then the next thing I use is my primer, and I just put a little bit on my finger, like that, and then I use another finger and just dab it all over my face, so that all part of my face is rehydrated. So down my nose, on my cupid's bow. Right, so then I get my primer brush. I know this is a foundation brush, but I use it for my primer because otherwise it doesn't actually get used. So I just rub that in all over. So make sure it's all rubbed in properly. Right, so the next thing I use is a concealer. So I've got my concealer here, and I do it underneath my eyes, on my forehead, on my cheeks, and on my chin. And all I do with that is get my hand and just rub that concealer in, and this is just to hide my blemishes and sort of the bag that I have underneath my eyes. And then everything will go back in here once I finish with it. Right, so then the next thing I use is my powder, my pressed powder from Collection, and what I do is I get a sponge and I put half of it in the powder, and I just sort of dab it on with the sponge first. I get a few sort of presses on the powder with this. So hopefully you can see what I am doing. So there, and then what I do then is I get a brush and I just sort of brush it in and all that. Even if you can't see what it looks like at the moment, I will show you at the end sort of what it looks like. So once that's put in, I then I use a bronzer. This is the Natural Collection bronzer, and what I do is I then get the other half of the sponge and dab it again all sort of over my face. We got to the bronzer, so then again I just get a brush and I just sort of rub this in, make sure it's all even, and all of that. Right, so then the next thing I use is this Radiant Glow highlight. And again, this time, get the other side of the sponge, and I put it on my forehead, on my nose, on my cupid's bow, and down here, just so it gives my skin a little bit of a glow. Then again, I get a brush and just sort of brush that in. So yeah. Right, so then the next thing I do is get my matte touch blush. Sorry, the lid sort of broke. But I sort of just put a little bit on my cheeks and then rub it in like that. So that's pretty much what I do with my face. So the next thing I'm doing now is my eyes. So the first thing I do is I get this eye colour intensifier for my eyeshadow, so it lasts a little bit longer. And I just put it on my eyes like that. And then what I do is I get one of these cosmetic buds. You can get them from Boots, they're really good. And what I do with these is, instead of using my finger to rub it in, I use a little cosmetic brush just to, you know, wipe it in and all of that. So that's good, and then that'll go in the bin afterwards. Then the next thing I do is I put on my eyeshadow. So sorry this isn't such a long video, but hopefully you guys will enjoy it. So put on my must-have eyeshadow that looks a little bit on the white side of the colour. So there we go. Right, there we go. So the next thing I do, which sorry I will make a funny face for, but the next thing I use is the eyeliner pencil, and don't judge me, I am still learning sort of how to use this thing, because I haven't really used it before. So I must have only started wearing this about maybe a couple of months ago, or even the start of this year. So sorry if I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing with it, but I'll try to do it sort of as best as I can, even if it's just a tiny bit. Right, so then the next thing I use after that is I use a mascara. Now this was actually a family member's, but I'd be given it. So this is the number 7 Intense Volume. And like I said, I've been given it from a family member. So, sorry, I will make a funny face of this bit as well. So basically I just put this on. Try not to poke myself in the eye with it. Right, and then just so it doesn't go underneath my eye, I get my finger, just go over it a couple of times, and then what I do then is I get a face wipe and just sort of scrub it off my fingers, because of course you don't want mascara on your fingers. So that is that bit. So then now we get to near the end where I do my lips, but first I need to do my eyebrows. So I use my eyebrow Essence Eyebrow Zyla Soft Blonde. And what I do is I basically just do this. Now, sorry if I'm not using some of these products like they should be used, but this is the way that I do it, so, you know. Right, so then the last thing is my lips, and I use a lip balm first, just so my lips don't dry out. And the next thing I use is a lip liner. This is my Essence Draw the Line lip liner. So all I do with this is quickly go around my lips, so like this. So, and then I sort of just dab them to a couple of times. Then I use my Essence Ultra Last lipstick, which is the same shade as the lip liner. And this is normally my routine if I'm going out to, let's say, town or something. This is what I will do with my makeup. And then the last thing I use is, I put a little bit on my finger, is this Lovable Luxurious. And all I do is just smear this on, like that. Give it a dab. And that is it. That is my makeup complete. Now I'm going to show you in a better light what this looks like, so I'll show you on a minute. So try and get some light so you can see what exactly. So this is, there we go. So this is what my makeup is finished as. And that is my normal makeup routine if I'm going out to town or anything like that. It's different obviously for other occasions, but for this occasion, most of the time, this is what it looks like. So anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure, let me just come back over here. Right, make sure you like, subscribe, and make sure you comment some questions on this video so that I can do a Q&A. And yeah, apart from that, like I said, hope you enjoyed, and I'll speak to you guys in the next video. Bye!